Wesley Chi, WChi1 at yahoo.com. Signature story, take 4. Finally! I was a junior at your United States Air Force Academy. Now, that's exciting because juniors received more privileges. For instance, juniors on most weekends were allowed to go off base. Not only that, juniors could bring a car to school. That was an upper class privilege. Now, I loved, absolutely adored my car. To me, it represented freedom. The freedom to go where I wanted, when I wanted. Now, my Freedom Mobile was a mini truck. It was a white Chevy Love 4x4 with bold orange and yellow stripes all the way down the side. I added a roll bar to the back. I outfitted with a lift kit, aluminum wheels, and Dick Seapick off-road tires. There is absolutely nothing that can stop me. Now, I always look forward to weekends with snowstorms. That's when I was able to go out and really have some fun. It gives me great satisfaction to help others. Sometimes the most lasting and fulfilling achievements happen while we're helping others. Now, that's fun. You see, during those blizzards, I would lock the hubs on the truck and engage the 4x4, head out into the storms. Invariably, I'd find assorted motorists stranded in the snowbanks after sliding off the roads. Then my truck and I would pull them back out of danger. Oftentimes, they'd offer me a few bucks in appreciation on my service. I would never think of accepting. I was out there because I enjoyed serving others. To accept money would diminish the experience. Then again, I must admit that I wasn't above accepting a free pizza every now and then from a stranded Domino's delivery car. Springtime came and the snowstorms had long passed. The roughly 110 cadets in my squadron were gathered for our monthly meeting. Quite unexpectedly, the squadron commander ordered me up to the front of the room. He explained that the academy had received a letter from a local civilian mother and proceeded to read it. Dear General Kelly, he was a superintendent at the time, I'd like to share an experience with you that I had regarding Cadet Second Class Chi. It was December 5th of last year. My husband William had already been back in the hospital for about a month fighting cancer-induced pneumonia. Tragically, the doctors had already told us we needed to get our affairs in order. That's doctor speak for William was dying. He only had days left to live. As for me, I was only 2 weeks from my due date. I was pregnant with our only child, and although my doctor suggested it was best if we waited, he agreed at my insistence to perform a cesarean. I had to make sure that William and Lona met. Now, my mother was driving me back to the hospital to have the baby, and we hit an ice patch and we slid off the road. There was so much snow on the ground. Our wheels began spinning uselessly, and our car was hopelessly stuck. I was freaking out. Mom tried to calm me down, but my husband was dying. I was having a baby, and we were stuck in the snow. Just then, Cadet Chi drove up, and after making sure that we were okay, he towed us back onto the road, and from there we were safely able to make it back to the hospital where my daughter Lona was born just a few hours later and held lovingly in her father's arms. It was like all the pain in his body vanished while holding her. The very next day, my husband, Lona's daddy, passed away. I'll always cherish that picture in my mind. Someday, I'll tell Lona about that day and how she made her dad smile. I don't know what would have happened if Cadet Chi hadn't helped us that day. I don't know how or when we would have made it back to the hospital. I don't know if Lona would have met her dad or not. I do know that I will always appreciate how on that one snowy December day, Cadet Chi took the time to stop and bring some sunshine into our lives. Sincerely, Barbara Pace. For ages, philosophers have pondered the meaning of life. Instinctively, we all know that there is more to life than being born, earning a living, and dying. Our meaning has to be measured in something more significant than the house we live in or the car we drive. Our lives are the result of the decisions we make and how we enable others to live their lives.